Hi guys. I forgot I was on mute. Oh my goodness, I hate that. Anyway, well, today's discussion is about how important is promo for battle rap. And I was thinking about this today because it just so happened I was strolling through and I was listening to a blogger named My Battle Facts, and he was speaking with Easy the Black Captain about promoing and different tiers and different people that's supposed to promo, and really whose responsibility is it? Is it the league's responsibility? Is it the battler's responsibility? Is it both of their responsibilities? Like, and what exactly does promoing mean? I hear different things, like you have the two battlers talking shit to each other. It's like, yeah, there's sometimes there's a storyline attached, sometimes there's not a storyline attached, right? You'll see little comments going back and forth on Twitter. That's kind of like a promotional thing, a promo thing, getting you amped up to see the battle. You'll see the flyer, of course. That's something that's standard, right? And then from the league's side, what exactly do you see from the league other than them dropping the card, right? So the league drops the card. They'll probably do a trailer, which is usually a fire trailer, right? Um, Chrome and RBE and all, you have your favorites. I love when Chrome drops their trailer. They do, it's like a movie when they drop their trailer. Trailer and what have you. You're like, okay, I can't wait to see it. Then, right, it's quiet. You really don't hear too much. And then you'll see around the last 2 weeks or so, you might see the battlers, they'll go on a run. And what I mean by that, they'll go on different blogging shows. Like, you'll probably see them on Three Letterman. You'll probably hear them in Spaces. You'll probably hear them on Jay Black. Chris Unbiased might do a little blog about them or whatnot. You'll probably hear something from Piper Boy. You know, they usually, the ones that I usually see, that gets interviewed is either by angry fans, or by, and or I should say, or and Three Letterman. Those are the two that I usually see that gets the interviews when they start coming up, whether it's the battle leagues. Oh, and then also Hip Hop is Real, and then you also have 15 Minutes of Fame. So almost forgot them. Sorry about that. Those are the goats of the interviewing, because they really go in and they get the footages that we don't see. And also you have SP and Butterfly, which they have a whole battle rap thing going on Fox. Like, they got a segment. Like, you can go to Fox and get interviewed by them on and be seen by everybody, right? So you have all these different outlets to promote the battles. But why isn't the battles heavily promoted? Is it based on is it because of some of the names? Like, some of the top tiers, they don't even have to, the only thing they have to do is be mentioned on the card. They don't promo, they don't do anything. You don't, other than the other person promoing, or you see their name on the card, you can, if they're still participating in the card. But outside of that, it's like they don't do anything else. They'll put the flyer on there, let you know that they'll be there to do their battle, and that's it. So why do they have that nostalgia? Well, I would think that sometimes, or more, 9 times out of 10, I should say majority of the times, it's because when they show up, they deliver. That's almost like that's their promo. Like, you call me, I'm going to get there and I'm going to deliver, and I'm going to have a great battle. Whether they win, whether it's a draw, a debatable, they win or they lose, what have you, it's like they're going to have a good battle. You can always count on them to have a wonderful battle. So really, what do they need to promo? They're just that good, right? So you might have that. You do, but what about the newer guys and the girls that's coming up? Like, what kind of suggestions would they need to have in order to promote themselves, because they have no audience yet? But in a way, they're relying on the league that they're performing on, right? So you have these new up and comers that's coming into the league. Do they get taught on how to promote? effectively. Like you already going through this type of program, if not even a program, you're going through a circuit, right? You're going through a circuit to get your name noticed. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's that they have to be noticeable first. They have to gather a fan base from where they're from first and then build up naturally that way. But battle rap is so A fickle, B very hard to get into. People be thinking you hear the big names and you're like, oh yeah, I can be a battle rapper. Battle rap is hard to get into. You have a lot to show for in battle rap. And you have these fly by night leagues and what have you. You got to keep proving yourself and keep proving yourself and keep proving yourself. And then you also have a lot of what is called politics, you know? So what would be like the easier way, if there is such an easier way for that first time battle rapper to really get their name out? I would think that the first thing they need to do is concentrate on their battle. I would say that that's number one. Number one, concentrate on being very good at your battle to garner the fan base. Because one thing that I did hear that was a common with a lot of the battlers, they say that the fans will push you. The fans will be the one that'll push you. Okay, so your first step is not even promoting. Yes, of course you're going to promote. You got your friends, your family want them to come out and see you, maybe, maybe not, what have you. But your first thing, from what I gather, and this is just my opinion, if a brand spanking new, is get a name for yourself. That means you battle in your home league, knock everybody out in your city to move to the next city, however you got to do it. But I think that that's a natural way of doing it. And I'm quite sure this is things that people have heard before. So that's creating a natural groundswell of support. They're going to start saying, but while you got that, you make sure you have a Twitter account or Instagram account or what have you. Negotiate like, hey, if I can't get the YouTube job, can I get somebody to record when it's my turn or something, somehow where you could get a little bit of footage of yourself and put that on the Instagram. I think that's important. A lot of leagues want to keep the footage, which I totally understand. You put on, especially if they got YouTube drops and things like that. So they want to be able to get their money's worth on all aspects and all parts. But I think that you're getting like a clip of whoever you and your opponent was, for like maybe a 20-second clip, a 30-second clip of what you was doing. I don't see what the problem is with that, especially when you have a whole 3 rounds. So maybe something like that. Say, hey, this is my first battle. I want to be able to make a good impression. I'm trying to do this for a long term. I want to be able to take a couple of minutes from this, or not a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds from this, and put this as part of my promotional reel so people know who I am as I'm coming out. I think that's a fair thing. I don't know if battlers have tried that before, but I'm just thinking about that. Like, for the newer battlers, what they could probably do. Have a homeboy, a homegirl, whatever, secretly record them, maybe. I don't know. Just that part, their portion or what have you, or things like that to get people more intrigued into seeing who they are and what they're about. Because that's how we see a lot of these top tier battlers. It's a lot of clips that goes around. Somebody's in charge of these clips going around, right? So maybe something like that. What if you're more of you kind of got the groundswell going? You really don't have a storyline for the people. How do you get them interested in you? How do you get the league interested in saying, you know what? I want to see that person over here. What should that person do? It seems as if that's where I think that you rely on your fan base. So you have to really, if you're going to rely on your fan base, not just on your battle rapping. And some of these people, let's face it, some of these folks have jobs. So where we as fans be like, promote, promote, promote. A lot of these people are working. They got their real day-to-day job that they have to do, right? So they can't just sit here on the internet all day, just like a lot of us can't sit here on the internet all day and just be in spaces and talk all day neither, right? So what should that person do who works, who has a 9 to 5, but also likes battle rap and likes doing battle rap things and what have you, and still trying to get their their name out there. They got a little groundswell now. They have an audience there. What do you think they should do? I think that's a good question. What should they do next? I think maybe interacting with their fans, even if it's a quick blog, like, hey man, I'm working, but hey, y'all make sure y'all check me out on such and such and so and so. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go get them tickets. I'm trying to grind. I'm for the people. Have that little interaction, that little dialogue, even if you just doing it for a quick second in the blog, so people know. Have that flyer posted on everything that you have that's available with the groundswell. Get people talking about your last battle, and that again is important about those clips, right? How do y'all like about my battle? What you think about my battle? Have that fan interaction. I think that that's something that'll be good as far as promoting for that person that kind of finally got their groundswell up a little bit. Not a whole lot, like you're not top tier, but you're getting familiar, right? You're getting your fan base together. You're getting your fan base to start believing in you, and they need to know what they're believing in. Like, yeah, he got a fire battle, but if I can't remember who I'm talking about after a minute or so, why am I even here? But if you got that groundswell and then you have the fans like, hey, this man or this woman be on live, they talk a little bit, they let us know how they felt about their own battle, things like that. That keeps that fan coming back, because okay, the one thing we all love is the underdog until they become a top dog, then we don't like them no more. I don't know why that is, but everybody always roots for the underdog. But as an underdog, you got to know how to carry yourself when you become top dog too, right? So now we have that. Now the top tiers. Let's talk about the top tiers real quick. They really don't have to do anything, but you do have those that still heavily promote. Like you have the John the Dons, and Hitman Holla. And the only thing you really need to do, he's one of the ones that you just put his name on the card. He really don't have to say anything. He really doesn't. But he promos, right? You have Easy, of course. He promos. You'll have something like, you'll see Rosenberg, when Rosenberg is on the card, you see him promo. You see people's different ones, they get into the whole thing of promoing, right? But then there's certain ones like Ill Will, you might not hear too much from him. He'll do a interview here and there, but you're not going to hear too much from him. You have some of them legends that they don't have to do anything but put their name on the card. But I think the promo is what gets the fans wanting to want more. And that doesn't always mean, but when we say promo, what does that mean? Because I always feel like promo doesn't always mean you have to cuss each other out. You could promo that battle without even mentioning the other person's name, really, when you think about it, because you top tier. You don't have to mention the other person's name at all. You got the card, you got the people, you get on your YouTube. I always think that every battler should have their own YouTube channel. I think you should. I think every battler should have their own YouTube channel just so they can blog. Even if there's not their own YouTube channel, their own Instagram channel. But I think that YouTube is better when wanting to keep count of who's viewing your stuff a lot more. I mean, Instagram is good too. You have your Twitter. But Twitter is for people, I think that sometimes when you have more time to do things, you can go to Twitter, for busy people who got things to do, the other ways work just as well, But the top tier ones, like I was saying, some of them it's like it's an option. Depending on the name, depending on the person, you already know what they're going to bring. Now, if they're top tier, but they've been messing up lately and everything, I think that you do need to promo harder. But in that promo, that's when you start having that heart to heart with your fan base. Like, hey, I know I haven't been on my game. I think that that's what kind of turned a lot of people towards Easy again, is that he was like, yo, humbly, I messed up. But we also know that Easy don't mess up. So when he did choke, it was a shock. But think about this too, talking about choking. Usually when we hear that a battler choked, we don't even want to watch the battle anymore, right? Once we hear that a person chokes on a battle, we don't pay attention to that battle no more. We don't want to know nothing about that battle. We don't want to really see it. Oh, it's a one time you're done. It's over with, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? In that last Trenches Chrome event that they had in Miami, 2 people choked that day. And it was Rosenberg Raw and Easy, right? But let's talk about those battles though, because Rosenberg Raw was in a dog fight. I think it was one of the best battles actually on that card. Rosenberg Raw and Av, that was an awesome battle. It's just that, Rosenberg stopped, man. But the battle, you can still, the battle was so freaking good. You can still watch it over and over again if you want to. Because they was both going. They was going, and it was good. It was good. It just so happened Rosenberg choked that time, right? And I'm like, wow, did he ever even do that? Somebody hit in the comments if you know that. If I think in his early career he talked about it, that he really wasn't as focused, and you could tell when a battler is focused and really not focused now. But Rosenberg Raw was on one. He was really on one with Av. I think it was a perfect match. Actually, it was we did a blog on that. If you want to look at our post about our recap for some of the battles on that weekend, and that was a complete dogfight all the way down, right? But it has great replay value. The same with Clips and Easy, right? The battle was still awesome. It's just that Easy choked. And of course, Easy had things going on in his personal life at the time. So yeah, that's the reason. But it's something with Easy and his second rounds that's just it's unbelievable a lot to me. I know other people may think differently, but his second rounds, usually his second round is like when he gets into a different gear, right? And so he was getting there. He was on it, and you knew whatever he was going to say next, it was going to be fire. It was like he was setting up, and then boom, damn. But go look at the battle though, because the battle is still tough. So that too has something to do with the type of person that is battling, right? Because if you have a person that's used to choking, you're not trying to see them. And it doesn't matter how much they promote. You don't want to see them. Because it's like you're wasting my as a battle rap fan, you wasting my time. And I think sometimes fans can be fickle, and I think sometimes fans can cross the line on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, we are fans, right? We're fans. And when you set the time up, when you have a league owner set the time up for two battlers to come, and they underperform at a consistent level, not just on one league, but on all leagues, there's certain things that we do have to question as far as promoting. Why would you want to even put that battler on your league knowing that battler isn't even worth being on a league? Like what is the thought process of a league owner setting up a battle for a particular battle rapper that is either a choke artist all the time, or B, half-ass shows up? And then when they show up, have the audacity not to be at a full 100% when they do it. Like, what's really going on here? Like, are you at a certain point, you start looking at some of the owners and like, are you throwing the card? Like, did you just do this because you want some money? You'll put a person's name on there knowing that they ain't gonna either A, show up, ain't shit. Did you call them ahead of time and say, look, I'm just throw your name on here. I'll give you a little bit of money. I just need to sell these cards. And then I just tell them on that day, hey, so-and-so ain't coming. Like, when you have people that have a full track record of not being shit in battle rap, why are you putting them on the card that should sell out totally? Right? The first thing we do is when we look at the card and we have to start raising eyebrow, like, you really think they're gonna show up? Like, and then you put a price tag on the card, and we're looking at the names on there. It's like, this should be $35 because we don't even know if so and so is gonna show up. And you have it for $45, $50, $60, $70, and you're looking at it like, but we got two matches that ain't even guaranteed. It's almost like we're negotiating with the league about our money, about seeing an event that these two people are not showing up. So at what point do we take that into consideration with promoting as well? The type of battlers that are promoting. And then we get to the league. The leagues, a lot of what I do like about RBE, they come on their actual channel. ARP will come and he'll tell you about the card. He breaks down his card to you. He has that, but he has a whole interaction with being a podcaster anyway. So he kind of got that down pat. But it shows the commitment and the community type level he has with the fans of battle rap and with his own pod that he engages, right? We can't wait when I know they keep saying that we may not have another Max Out, but if we do, that'll be great. But we couldn't wait when Max Out came back out, and the way he promote Max Out, and he get online, he start ramping up. You start seeing more on his YouTube channel. I think that a lot of the other owners could do that. Like I would love for Remy to do that. I would love for Remy to get on Chrome 23. If not her, have like a thing with Jay Black on Chrome 23 and discuss, the battlers, who, what, when, where, why, hows, and things like that. She's like, let's not play. When it comes to the trailers, nobody does trailers like Chrome 23. Chrome 23 does the best freaking trailers, okay? But I kind of miss that when Rim would come out there and talk and everything. And I understand because of the BS behind it, but whatever, man, fuck all them people. They ain't important no way. That the important thing is for battle rap, with the league owners coming out talking about the cards and what made them want to put it together. And, maybe even with the face off, they might not have to do it right before, but give the story of the person and why they there. I would love to know the story of the person more so than the going back and forth in the face off. Because sometimes those face offs seem real forced. Like they really don't have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? But give that history of why that person is at that league or why that person is a battle rapper. What makes that person think that they can beat? Like you have with boxing. They do a little trailer of the boxer who's boxing the other person. Yeah, they may talk their shit a little bit and say, yeah, I'm going to beat his ass. But of course, that's part of it. Outside of that, we know where that boxer came from. We understand the plight from that boxer, when they started, how they came up. When did they start boxing? We get the backstory. And maybe that'll help a lot too with promotion. You know, um, maybe some of the battlers, if they're part of a league, maybe they have their name and the leagues. And I've seen that a couple of times, and the league's name after him, like I don't know, Jezebel J, and this is just a Too Smooth Battle League. You know what I'm saying? Or they had TS Battle League or something like that. Then you know who they're part of. You know what I mean? Things like that. It could be like, some brainstorming type thing, about how to start a Twitter space and start talking about who they are and why they're there and blah, 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 and move on from there. So I'm quite sure there's different techniques and stuff, and I know I veered off of speaking about the league owner, but I do think that the league owner takes some responsibility as well. Not only from the battles, and I know that they're a lot of work. What they're doing is a lot of work piecing it together. But one thing with the battle rappers, I would say that the league owners should be more consistent with the ones that don't show up. Like if you're not showing up for these battles, what will make you think that's a good thing for me? Why do you think I should get you on my card? And I seen in the last 3 cards, your ass either showed up and half-ass performed, didn't show up, didn't give a damn about a performance, uh, talked a whole lot of mess and had a whole lot of excuses. It's like I think that they held some accountability as well. You know, I think that with I think that with media holds a lot. And I think media can be very, very, very useful. You have different outlets, different types of battle rap media. You have the ones that does the interviews. You have the ones that do documentaries too, long form documentaries on these battlers. They have great, 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 great information and great YouTube specials on a lot of these battlers. I think that's awesome. Where they get to have a whole conversation about the person who is in battle rap, what made them get into battle rap. Those interviews count. Those interviews are very important to the fan because you want to know who you're rooting for at the end of the day. Um, Maybe have a betting thing. I think that there was one. I think it was the Riot that had some type of betting system for the battler. I think that's interesting. I think that's very good. That also draws a lot of interest in the battler itself, especially if you get a battler that keeps winning. Oh my God, that draws a pretty good interest. But of course, that's with reputation comes something like that. Um, I just wanted to just throw my thoughts out here as far as and get your opinion also in the comments below. Make some suggestions. Make some suggestions as a fan. What would you like to see as far as promo? More than just the talking shit and just posting a flyer on the Twitter and Instagram. What would you, as the fan, what would make you engage and say, you know what, I'm about that? What is it? Get some ideas going here. Also, and I think I'm gonna do a different live on this or put another post out because I already did. You could check the community board, but I think I'm gonna do put it on our Twitter. Um, if battle rap was part of the Olympics, who would be your starting five? This is the rules though. They have to be active in the past 2 years only. They have to be active from past 2 years. So who would be your starting five battle rappers? Okay. And not know between this and that. You got to give me five straight up. Five battle rappers who's been active for the past 2 years. And this was the Battle Rap Olympics. Who would you want to represent America for the Battle Rap Olympics? Your starting five. Okay. That's your question. I would love to hear the response for that. Outside of that, of course, we got our ad for CIMC, that is Chester Interactive Medical Coding. If you're interested in becoming a coder, allow them to be part of your journey for them to help you get your certification in becoming a certified professional coder. They have two types of courses. They have their fast track courses, which is 20 weeks, and they have their extended courses, which is 32 weeks. You have all the information that will be in our description as well. They also have a YouTube page, and they have their email, which is also shown in this ad as well. So with that, I am going to bid you guys adieu and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And again, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what other type of way a battler should promo and a league ownership promo. And what can the media, what can we do? By all means, get in contact with us, okay? We love a promo. You can check us out as well. Our information is located all over our site here. You can get in contact with us on YouTube, also on Instagram, and also on Twitter, okay? So Battle Rap Street Team at gmail.com. You can reach us there. You can also reach us on our Cash App, which is Cash App $BRS Street Team. All right. Y'all have a good one.